We're back. We're back. Kino hat. Okay? May the Kino hat guide us today. So, dude, we're going to do a chart replay of Wednesday today. And I do not know what happened Wednesday. I covered my eyes when I clicked the button. This should be pre-market. I traded on Thursday and Friday. There should be there's some markers there. Well, obviously it went up on Wednesday. There are some markers there. And yeah, we'll just review what I looked at. Friday it kind of sucked. I didn't really take anything, but it kind of sucked. This thing has been getting pressed and we're going. I love this. This has an undo button. You can see that this supply zone has been getting smushed. So I'm going to kind of I might leave that higher one. I think that's like a 1 hour. Yeah, this is just like a lower time frame one, but I think we're just going to smash through that. And I think we did, but we just want to be aware of that. As we're doing our standard zone drawing. And like, I really don't see a lot of like strong zones that we could draw out, but there's one. That's 1 hour. It's good for me. Okay. Okay. Feel like shit today, boys. But you got to get that work. Got to get your reps in, dude. You have to get your reps in. What the F is going on? Back it up, 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 back it up. Oops. I fucked it all up. Well, I guess we know what happened on Wednesday. Okay. So let's pop down the 1 minute. What happened yesterday? Let's draw this bad boy out. That's value area low from yesterday. Really opening like inside the value area from yesterday, so very sideways, but you could kind of look at that. I mean, relatively sideways, but you could kind of look at that as like it does look like an uptrend, but you can kind of look at that as like consolidation before a move. I don't know if I would be looking at that. I don't know. Just think why would it be consolidating this much pre-market? And maybe the day just goes sideways. But instead, tap into this 30-minute demand zone. I wonder what's going on here. Is there news? Break through that. It's really not looking good for the upside, honestly, but boom. 9 o'clock. Pushing lower, pushing lower. What happens at open? Big candle at open. It's interesting that the channel is way up there. We tapped into that channel and came way down there. And sorry, guys. So you can draw this out. So yeah, I might be thinking that we're going to have a down day. at this stage. Just watch. Not even look. Okay, so there's like a potential trade for you. We've been having this big down move at the, whatever. And then pre-market. And then you have a big bar up. This has become like a level that it's not breaking through. But you're at, where are you? Right here. Oh my God. I'm so silly. I'm such a silly boy. You are at, just trying to see the volume profile. God forbid. That's what I need to do. You're at the top of this kind of formation that has formed. So that's a pretty good supply zone because there's not much volume on the other side of it. It was interesting that it just moved for a second. That move just broke through that bottom. So based on price action, I think you can be like, okay, so between this being a huge bar and the price action not going much lower, that would sketch me out a little bit. But this is also a pretty strong level of resistance, and prices overall sloping down. So you can take a 1-to-1 on that. Not my favorite. I don't love this, but there you go. It ticks you out right away. And also be wary that we are in a macro uptrend. I don't know where this is bouncing out of. Oh, this is actually another zone. Well, look at that. Oh my God, a 1 hour zone. Nah. So it's about this also, look, this was an area that it couldn't get lower through. We saw a big bounce back that day. So let's see if we break through this guy. There's also not a lot of volume down here. Keeps going lower. But I'm always kind of wary about like that, if that first 30 minutes is going to get reversed. Because we just keep seeing that happen over and over again. And I don't know if you should even be looking for a long, unless you have drawn out another zone. I'm not going to go back and draw more shit, but if you know there's a zone here and you're just looking for it to bottom, I mean, it's kind of like, that is more like catching a falling knife shit. Like if you tried to catch this as the bottom, you would get, just don't catch bottoms, guys. This, however, kind of breaking it high a little bit. I don't love it. Now I like it. Now I love it. So we might not get a return to that zone. And then, after this big move up, be very cautious about shorting again here, even though we made like some new lows, but you're not even seeing like a good signal bar to short there. So I think we're going to get a little summer thunderstorm here. Also, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm drawing this out, but I still would be cautious about shorting. That's right at VWAP. There is a low volume area behind it. And we just broke max right through it. I do love, sometimes it feels like the market's nice to you in that, like, it doesn't fake you out as zones. Sometimes it just goes straight through your zones to let you know, like, hey, dude, this was not a good zone. It never was. Maybe it would be a good zone in a different environment, but this is a very bullish environment. And that, what do we think about that? That's another big ass candle, but kind of what's happening is like, there's a big volume node here. It doesn't, it just looks like a reversal. I don't think there's a ton of volume to explore up here, but maybe it wants to fill in this gap, and we're bouncing right out of that point of control. It's testing VWAP, and this level that was this kind of zone of price, you can kind of look at it as like a zone, not a level, was resistance, now is potential support. So I say take that. And definitely size, do like half, dude, don't, how big's your account? Don't just go, if you're doing a prop firm challenge, don't just do a full blown NQ on that. Like, it's a lot of money. And this is a little bit short. I think this is going to, oh, it's raining. I love it. Taking a half, less than half RR, like maybe just overall bad idea. So maybe don't take it because of the risk profile, but I mean, we kind of know what's going to happen here, right? So, but if you want to be a little risky, or if you think like this reversal will continue, which I think it looks pretty good, let's go ahead. If we get blasted on this one. It's struggling up there, but isn't it funny how it went right to that zone? There you go. I think in the wrong environment, you might get fucked up by that. If you don't have a macro uptrend, if this reversal looked kind of wishy-washy, I think that's a bad trade, because one, of the risk profile, two, because of the, you know what? I wonder, let's see if where's that kind of gap that I mentioned? I mean, it hit value area high and then immediately, like, but this is kind of like shell. See, like wicks right out of that shell. Isn't that interesting? There's no volume there at the moment. So it's like, and that's why in a weaker trend, trading right into that, thinking it's going to blast through, is a bad idea. Because if there wasn't such strong bullish momentum here, this might turn the tide on you. So that's a risky one. But I kind of like it. I think it kind of, trend is your friend. So, okay. I also haven't been enjoying this. And I think it was like, that was the top of, I remember, it would look like a little bell curve. A little bell curve distribution when it was formed. So that's that one. Damn, you're just getting the full show today. I'm sorry about all the noises, bro. This one. Like the most important thing here is that this move is that we took out these highs. This move broke through this high and this high. And this was a higher low. Yeah. Let's keep going. Honestly, bro, if you got those 2 dubs today, I don't know, just go to sleep. You can also definitely hold this. Because I haven't been doing this because I think when I go back on the prop firm, I'm just going to take 1-to-1s. Like just purely secure the bag on a small account because that's what you should be doing. But what would a reach target be? Probably if this is was this demand or supply actually? That was demand and it broke through. So I think like targeting this point, this volume node, it's also kind of a decent, the lowest volume node from yesterday. You could target POC yesterday, but we did already bounce that. I'm just doing that for dopamine's sake. God damn it, I love a good thunderstorm in the summer. And I didn't draw them while we were here, but you kind of got a couple of, like, the fact that you're in this trade long and it's making these big gaps. That's what you got to sweat it out for a minute because it goes against you right away, but okay. Comes down. We're going to draw this bad Larry out. And this is also demand that we broke through. So I'll close it out. Get rid of this. Interesting. I'm not going to short there. Even though that's a nice zone, that's right at value area high. I think you're going to be able to get a couple of points out of that, but I don't think it's a good idea to be shorting right now. And also, like, if you are holding this trade, just fucking, you don't shift your read in the middle. So it didn't even get to the low down here. Max 18.5. I mean, yeah, it's not even worth shorting that. Just be aware of that context, baby. I'm a little hungover, so I'm amazed that I'm like kind of thinking clearly, but a lot of kind of redistribution going on. Honestly, bro, if I had those 2 trades in the bag, like, it's just like, why do you even want to keep going at that point? I get it though. I do. Okay, that was the first time we got like close to breaking this. There's a lot of bearish pressure to test that level right now. Okay, we're having a little bit of a retracement back here. See what happens when it hits VWAP. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Draw that bad Larry out. Making new highs. Oh, also. Oh, yeah, okay. That was yesterday's POC, I think, and it smashed through it. Look how it kind of tested it. Didn't really go much higher. when it broke through. But now that level's kind of coming into play again. You see it bouncing, trying to break through. So that could be another target for you. It's like, what are the important levels, bro? What are your important levels? What are the important levels? Yeah. And now I might get a little nervous if I was holding long, but if you've taken profit already at some point, you shouldn't even be worried about this. You shouldn't even be looking at it. Unless you need, which we all do, honestly. So you can kind of look at this like a bounce of that level. I don't know if I would trade it. Volume is like okay. It's like kind of so-so. But you are failing to, you just broke the VWAP and it didn't go very far. But these lower highs are kind of got me meh. I think what would be safer, you can long here. Obviously it worked out. What would be safer is to wait for, even though this is kind of a zone back here, it might be safer to wait for it to go up, break something, go down, keep going. But I don't think this is a horrible, I'm going to mark this shit. I don't think this is a bad long. Obviously, it fucking skyrocketed, but I would be nervous about the lower high here. That's just why I didn't draw it out. But like big uptrend, new high, came down. And this kind of like, obviously there was a lot of liquidity here because it like shot up right here, but then it didn't go higher. That's where I'm like, took this liquidity, failed to get much lower than VWAP, and then also the volume's it just kind of looks like a liquidity grab, but really the volume, volume's very, it's very meh. We're here. I realize I like haven't even been drawing the fucking channels. And if you look at the macro, we're actually in a downtrend. Keep saying macro uptrend. Like I think we're in like a kind of daily uptrend. And that's what I mean by macro, okay? What a strange, what an unfucking usual reg channel. How odd. Whoa, body. What's going on here? I can't even. I mean, let me move the reg channel, baby. Something is wrong with this. Something's happening. Okay. All right. Forget it. I don't need you. But that looks pretty good. I would think at this point that we're going to hit the target. I would expect. Also with the macro, like, honestly, just fucking leave one on. Leave one on intraday. If this day closes bullish, Just leave it on. I'd be getting a little nervous again here, honestly. But you just gotta let it go. Let it go, man. Oh, that's the most annoying thing ever. Oh, look at that. Boom. There you go. There's your 184. I can do this in my head, I swear to God. There's your $3,680 per contract, plus the 1,200 from back here. I told you I can do that in my head. And that pops right up to the top of the green reg channel. Hey, maybe use that as another target. Green reg channel. That's pretty cool, dude. And it did bounce. I'm going to delete that because it's so annoying, but that's just to show you if you want to have a little runner. It did bounce right out of here. This price action sucks though, so I wouldn't long in there. There's a little bit of a volume kind of bump, but if you long up here, you're longing it. You're buying really high. You're buying high, bro. You're buying high. What's the first rule? Buy low. Look how it just fucking reacts to these zones. Every day is different. And like, I feel like you have to kind of like talk to it sounds goopy as hell, but just like listen to the market throughout the day and be like, okay, what are we doing today? Like, are we respecting zones? Are we respecting reg channels? Are we blasting through zones? Are we blasting through volume nodes? Are we blasting through volume gaps? It's not always going to be the same set of rules written in stone for the market. Be flexible. Open yourself. This is another kind of, but now you can see how much it's consolidating. We're not getting the moves. Like, these are the days that you, like, because Friday I was like, I almost got a little itchy, but then I was like, it's Friday. This is just what the price action is going to look like today. It's fine. Like, I'm going to try not to worry about it because I know there's going to be another day like this, like Wednesday, where price action rips. And there you go. I mean, what the fuck, bro? It's like as soon as it gets out of the top of this channel, it's just like, see ya. See ya. Also, imagine if you really are like really confident and you just held this bitch to close. I mean, I like 400 fucking $8,000. You know, this is one of those days where you could pass a prop firm challenge in one day just by buying and holding. Yeah, that's the day. Okay. That felt like a good 30 minutes. I feel like that was worth it. So let's just go quickly over Thursday and Friday. Thursday, messing around with a couple different zones because it was like kind of up and down. But took that. What else did I take? Anything? Think so. I'm gonna let's do a replay for this. So all this shit is okay. What were we looking at? We had made a push higher. Pre-market was higher. This is kind of like a B-shaped profile a little bit. So it cracked long and then really just wasn't comfortable out there. So maybe being overall bullish wasn't the best thing, but we're at the bottom of this kind of channel. But tuck this in. Like, would you look at that? How beautiful is that bounce? I mean, what the heck? You know? Jeepers creepers. Okay. And this is one that's a little sketchy because of this lower, that's a lower high. Hey, what you doing? Just like deleted all of my shit. Oh, why did you go to QQQ? Okay. This is a little sketchy because of that again, but I did take it, so come on. Again, I was sketched out by that too. This is like exactly what happened at the day that we just replayed. I'm not going to say this is the best trade, honestly. That's a good like kind of trend line, and it's right at POC. Okay. This has kind of been a continued up reversal trend, whatever. Green is long. What does this look like overall? Just massive. So I think this was like an okay trade, but it worked. Or a cute little 26 bet. Okay. So I guess that's the only thing I did on Thursday, huh? You sure? Yeah. Were there any other trades? Not really. This is a sketchy bounce, but you're like really high. Popped out of the trend. I think it wasn't building a lot of volume up here. And just came back down. Okay. That's good though. Just one trade. Take one good trade. That's it. Friday, it really sucked. It just like distribution, move up, consolidation, move up, consolidation, 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 move, consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. Like in hindsight, you can see that this was just like not a great trade. This one I looked at and was like, nice signal bar. This is like the only zone, like not the only zone, but this is like a decent zone in a massive consolidation. We broke this high, but all this shit, it's just like, why do you want to trade that? You could have taken this bounce, but again, like let me try to draw this. When there's no conviction, like how much can you trust the market to back you up on that move, you know? And it worked, but look how long it takes to work to go anywhere. So like what you want to see is, and imagine like this is the same time scale. You want to see this, come down. I'll wait a little bit and then up. What you're seeing is this. Effectively, this is what you're seeing. And then finally, look how long it takes until we come back down there. It's like this doesn't tell me anything good about going long on a Friday. And why this? Because this looked like a fakie, I think. Or no, this... Okay, I shouldn't use that. Good heavens. Okay, why did I draw this? So it's finally starting to develop a little character, it looks like. Started to get some demand zones, supply zones, I mean. That's a fakie right here. But this isn't, this zone you probably would want to draw more like this. And it's a little sketchy. Look at that. It exactly hits you at 1-to-1. Yeah, so, but I don't love that. I think that's why I drew it gray, because it was, this is just not a day you want to be trading. And if you zoom out when you're about to take that short, overall, what's happening? We're in a big uptrend. And that short would have happened right as you're breaking through the bottom to retest the top. Breaking through the bottom to retest the bottom. So maybe you think it's like a break and retest, but all this going on? I don't know. What's the trend telling you? What's the bias today? Okay, so yeah, no trades Friday. That was cool. Good luck. Stay dope. Stay calm. Stay focused. Don't trade if you don't need to trade. If you don't see any trade, don't take any trade. If you see consolidation, don't take any trade. Hands off the keyboard. Yeah. All right. Bye.